I'm not happy. Arey, would you want your client to be not happy?
A lot of times we encounter agents who are just hell bent on selling you that particular thing. They're just not willing to give you that space to think about. And how do you avoid those kind of pitches when someone is selling you and just hell bent on you? Okay, you decided right now itself that whether you want to buy this policy or not, because tomorrow this offer might not be there. How do you tackle those kind of situations?
Right. Very, very important question. In fact, there are two industries where sales is normally high pressure and more forceful. There's one, the car sales industry, right? You walk into a car showroom and that's it. They will corner you. You'll get endless calls. There's a lot of pressure. I underwent that pressure just last year, when I was upgrading. And I saw it firsthand how it is. I thought things would have mellowed down, but no, it's very aggressive. And you fall into that pressure. Let's be honest.
Right.
Okay. Uh, Second is obviously the banking space again. Banking, mutual funds, and insurance. Again, there's a lot of pressure, right? So I think these two industries, somewhere there is this whole overselling, mis-selling, pressurizing tactics. And I think the first step is, before you venture into anything, you need to identify that you will be oversold, you will be pressurized, right? If you don't go to a car showroom without making your mind that yes, it's going to be aggressive, you'll fall for it.
Right.
Right. So let's say you've decided to buy an insurance policy. You know that, look, set a timeline. I will not buy this policy until at least for 30 days, till I do my entire research, irrespective of what offer is out there. Right. So one way is obviously you prepare your mindset that this is going to happen to you. Very important, because if you don't, it's just like a tornado. It will suck you in, and before you know it, you've already spent your money. Second is to deal with the salesperson like a pro, even if you're new. Okay, and I think this is going to be very interesting for our audience.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, yeah, if you position yourself, yaar, mere ko kuch nahi pata hai, and the other guy knows that you are an amateur, you're a newbie, that's it, game over. They will take advantage of you.
Okay.
Right? So don't give that positioning. Okay, so prepare yourself. Okay, ask some intelligent questions. This is something I can easily just call my friend. Hey, I'm getting an insurance policy. Tell me some 2-3 nice industry level questions I should ask. Right? So when the salesperson comes in, you ask these questions. The guy knows, okay, you know your stuff. Okay. Right. And then you want to throw sentences. Look, I've been through, I've gone through many insurance agents. I know you typically say that the offer will, be valid for only 24 hours. I know it doesn't work that way. So once you make those statements, the other person also knows that you're a pro, and they're not going to pull a fast one on you.
Yeah, so I agree with that one. You have to ask intelligent questions. You should never look dumb. If you look dumb, then you are serving yourself on a platter. Right. So this is one more thing. What happens is, even if you ask intelligent questions, right? So this happened with me actually. Back then when I was in college, I still knew how things worked because I was pursuing this thing. An agent came to my mom to sell a policy. That was a typical insurance hybrid policy. I did the math of that. I analyzed that, okay, this policy doesn't make sense. It's going to give us an ROI of maybe 4 to 5% in long run. And I just showed them the numbers. And very practically, I was having a logical discussion with those guys. This policy doesn't make sense to us. And once they lost that argument, they took out that emotional card. Okay, मैडम आप ये खरीद लो, हमारा टारगेट पूरा हो जाएगा. As simple as that. 50,000 रुपए साल से आपको क्या जाएगा इन्वेस्ट करने से. So even those kind of things happen because होता क्या है कि इन सबका रिलेशनशिप अपने कस्टमर से बहुत सालों का बना हुआ होता है, स्पेशली द बैंक एजेंट्स, क्योंकि आपका उनके साथ अकाउंट है. You have built that relationship over the years, right? And then they upsell you these kind of financial products. So when they can't defend themselves rationally, logically, they finally play the emotional card कि इतने अरे हमारा इतने साल का रिलेशनशिप है, हमारा टारगेट पूरा हो जाएगा, आप कर दो इतना सा इन्वेस्ट. So I just don't know how to tackle those kind of situations. So how would you suggest our audience to tackle those kind of situations?
Yeah, so number one, of course, as you said, they will give you that emotional angle as well, right? Not just from a commission perspective, but also from the fact that, look, what if something wrong happens? This is why you need it. Look, your money is not growing. I'll show you a way how I can grow it. Isn't that what you started? this whole business for, or this is why you're working to see your family happy. So they will be prepared. Again, be prepared that you will be thrown those emotional triggers, which make you take action, right? But end of the day, it's a trap, right? I don't want to buy a policy because the person who's selling it to me needs to make more money. The moment they say it, you have to be very firm. I'm not saying be aggressive, but be assertive.
Correct.
So when they say that, look, I need that commission targets, then you said, okay, then imagine if you are in our shoes, if you are in my shoes. As a buyer, I need to see that the policy serves me well. Right? So
exactly.
if they are playing the emotional game, you also play the emotional game. Right? So I think it starts with being aware. You're being aware that now they are pulling that emotional card. So even I'll bring in the emotional card that, look, if fine, let's say I buy it, you're happy, but when time comes to use it, I'm not happy. Arey, would you want your client to be not happy? They're like, yeah, that's a good point. So you gotta, it's all awareness. Okay, it's all awareness. So the more aware you are of what you are being tricked into, the better your chances of coming out of it.
All right, great. So how would you like to summarize this? Like, how should people avoid misbuying? So I will not say mis-selling now. How should one avoid misbuying?
Great. Thanks for using that. So now we put the onus back on the customer, and I think that's where it should be, because you can change one agent, 2 agents, 10 agents, but you never know, tomorrow you may have another agent who's mis-selling, right? So I think going back to my same point, we need education on finances, and I think that's where your company 7Prosper is doing a great job. Of course, financial planning is something that you're very strong into, but I think the overall vision, we've chatted before as well, is for you to inform before selling, right? And I think that is where there needs to be a big shift, not just from companies, from the government as well, to probably change the syllabus, bring in financial education, or make these companies more accountable. So I think recently SEBI said that your financial advisor, either he can advise or sell mutual funds, but not both. So I think, those are steps in the right direction from a very macro level, from a government perspective, from the industry perspective. I think it's time these companies fall in line, and I think 7Prosper is doing the right thing of at least pioneering that change. From a customer's perspective, of course, you've got to probably learn the basics. Understand what exactly your policy is, what are the red flags. So you have to be as enthusiastic about buying a policy as with a mobile phone or a car. Okay, so that enthusiasm needs to be there. Only then you're going to do your research.
Right. Thanks, Garth. Thanks for coming and sharing your views from the other side. And to my audience, guys, as you have heard, my takeaway from this session is onus is on you. If you are being missold, you're also misbuying those things. So you have to be prepared that you will be missold few things. Emotional card might get played, and you have to be aware of that, and you don't have to get carried away by those kind of things. So you have to see what's in your best interest. And thank you.
Thank you. Shut up.